What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? So I appreciate y'all for tapping in this morning. And so I'm not going to stream for 3 hours today. I can tell you that right now. I'll give you a hot two. I'll give you a hot two. And the only reason that is because I have a flight to catch today. So I got to head over to, I could have caught the flight tomorrow, actually. But I got a flight to catch today, so I had to head over to DC. What up, friends? How y'all feeling inside of the chat? We in here on a Friday. We got a Freestyle Friday that's popping off today. Yeah, I want to make it a little bit fluid, but I got some things that I want to talk about specifically. How y'all doing tonight or today? What's Anton name now? What do y'all mean? What's my name now? Did my name change? What is up? What are y'all talking about? These weird names. What are y'all talking about? What am I missing here? Am I missing something? What are y'all talking about? Name changes. The username. Oh. Oh. Oh, let's see what my name is. What's my name? Yeah, that's my name. My regular handle. Millionaire Morning Show. So, all right. So this is normal for us as content creators. So we're used to it. So a while ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, when YouTube moved to the when you type it in. So for example, if you go to youtube.com /@ Anton Daniels or TikTok / @ Anton Daniels, that's normal for us, right? So our username, they had gave us an option when they switched over to going to usernames like years ago for us to do that. So our handle is normal. Y'all just now getting it because, or y'all just now being identified as it. Yeah. So mine is normal. So like I had already selected Millionaire Morning Show. If I go to my Anton Daniels channel, it's gonna say @Anton Daniels. So I'm used to it. I'm already used to it. Teach Tonathon. Yeah, mine is used to it. So that's why I say y'all got to be careful how y'all moving out here. Good thing you didn't choose a handle. I suck cock 32 or something like that. What's up, Just Martina? You in the air on the flight? I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be in. I gotta shoot over to I got to shoot over to DC today. Here's my question. All right. Before I get started with the show, what up, room 9 in the building? I see y'all. Here's my question though. First of all, does DC have luxury stores? What is the luxury stores? Stores in DC. Because I don't want to buy anything. You know what I'm saying? Is it the city center? The city center is where got all of the stuff. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, okay. So I could just head over to DC and buy something, or Maryland or whatever. I don't want to I don't really want to bring anything with me. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go and figure out what it is that I want to wear once I get there. Pentagon City. Where is it at? I was thinking about what you said yesterday. I think it's time you start buying plumbing and electrical companies, man. Why not already? You're building homes. Um, because I don't want the responsibility of managing those type of things. But I will tell you this, I will reveal something to y'all. I do plan on signing content creators. So once I hit a certain number on my Anton Daniels channel, I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out what that number is. I'm going to be signing content creators. I'm not interested in managing plumbing companies and all of that. I'm interested in managing or having companies under my umbrella for people that can manage themselves. So I'm not really into that. I kind of like I like having contractors. I don't like micromanaging things. I just want to be able to help people blow up and then get to the money. So once I hit a certain number, I'm gonna start moving into signing content creators, and then I'm gonna leverage my platform in order to help everybody else blow up, and then we're gonna run up a bag together. So that is my next move. I'll just tell y'all that right away. I'm always working on something. I'm always trying to figure out what my next play is. I'm pretty sure that that's the next play. So I got some people that's flying into Detroit next month, and we're gonna figure out what that looks like. I don't want to give it away. I have some people coming into the city next month in July, and I don't want to give away what that looks like. But my goal is to leverage my expertise, my know how, my companies, my marketing dollars, my understanding of AI, and my platform, my visibility to help other people, other content creators that I love and I know and that I watch to see if I can get them to the next level. Because I honestly, I believe that there are some people that's way more talented than me, way more marketable than me. And so if I can do it for myself, I honestly believe I can definitely do it for somebody else. So that's my goal. I'm gonna cover all of that. I'm covering all of the Supreme Court. I'm covering everything. I'm covering birthright citizenship today and everything. So my goal is to ultimately push out people that I think that is talented also. And then if they want to do a deal and if they want to run up a bag with me, then that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna bring in a couple content creators, a few content creators next month, and then we're gonna go from there. Some people, I'll be honest with you, some people I'm not sure if they even interested in that type of visibility or if they interested in having their own platform or interested in working, you know what I'm saying, that hard. Some people just like kicking it. Some people just like coming up on a panel and rocking out and everything. That's what people like. So it you know, you meet people where they are, you figure out what that looks like. And I'm not ever the type of person to force somebody or try to convince somebody. I just want people to organically do what they feel like is best for them. So I'm crafting out different ways and mastering certain things that'll help me be able to push other people. And so if once fully master it myself, then I think that I'll move to the point to where I can actually um, sign other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. That's my goal, is to push other people and hopefully get them some visibility. Shout out to everybody that was on After Hours last night. It was a great show. We got another After Hours tonight, and I'm gonna be doing it from DC again. Hopefully, DC got some dope stores that I feel like I can shop at, so that I can actually pick up something. Because again, I'm not really trying to bring a lot of clothes or anything with me. I just want to pick up whatever it is that I'm gonna wear when I get there. All right. What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Everybody cool? Everybody good? All right. Let me see what I got popping off on Cash App. Again, I don't expect for this to be a long show, but I do expect for it to be a good show because I got a flight to catch today. All right. Let me see what we got going on over here. Yeah, Supreme Court is cooking. Shout out to Spencer Campbell. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to Mike, that dude. Thank you for holding me down. Also want to acknowledge some of the super chats. Let me say what up to P Shank. Shout out to P Shank. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, P Shank. Building Journey says, yep, City Center DC or the outlets at National Harbor, stopping them momentarily. Shout out to the Chasers. I don't want to go to no outlets. I want to go to the regular store. So shout out to you. I appreciate your wealth building journey. I like this new at. At 392Q says, can you partner with Turo or Uber for people traveling to you, or just at traveling in general? What do you mean, can I partner with Uber or Turo? I don't understand what you're saying, 392Q. I don't think so. I've never heard of that. DJ Bobby J says, good morning, AD and the Bag Chasers. I'll be driving into Detroit tomorrow morning while y'all at the meetup. What are the odds? Y'all have fun over there. Shout out to DJ Bobby J. I appreciate you from Canada, coming over from Windsor. Did you see the Supreme Court ruling about injunctions? I am going to address it. David M. Williams says, shout out to 2K. His numbers are steadily rising. 2K is cooking. 2K is definitely doing this thing. Up 134% on S5.E128 today. Big J all day. Listen, Big J. Check it out, big dog. We don't give away bag chaser information. Big J, good job, awesome. But we don't give away certain picks that we're holding and that we're recommending inside of the bag chasers. All right. So that is privileged information. We got a stock club coming up next week so we can reallocate our portfolios. We reallocate every so once in a while. We had a phenomenal live stream on AI that I think was probably one of the best live streams that we've ever done in the Patreon. But we do not give away information, Big J, all day on the stocks that we are recommending and how we're allocating it in our portfolio. So you're going to have to start gatekeeping a little bit more, Big J. Please. Appreciate you. Courtney Egger Show says, what's good, AD? What's good, Courtney Egger? Next thing you know, they're going to be giving away all of my stock picks. Mr. Lott says, I hope you have a better flight than I did out of DTW, bro. Storms in DC made me lose a whole day yesterday. I was supposed to take off at 2 and didn't land until midnight. Yeah, I'm going to hope that we're going to pray that we don't have that problem, Mr. Lott. We're going to hope that we don't have that problem. All right. No, SPY isn't new. It's that's so. Let me be quiet. I'm not going to even do it. It's a good day today. I don't feel like going off on Dusties. That's not what we're talking about. JJ Wilson says, hey, Anton, do you have any creator videos for dummies? I'm just starting and I have a lot of questions. I have entire live streams inside of the Patreon on exactly what you need to do from a content creator's perspective. After we do Stock Club, then we're going to do another. I'm not going to give away any of my secrets here. I'm not going to give away none of my information that I give to the chasers. People in the chasers group, they kind of be getting a little bit upset at me when I don't gatekeep more. So Patreon, bro, it's all in the Patreon. I promise you. Without question says, did you hear about the attempted kidnapping of the Memphis mayor? No, I did not. I didn't hear about no kidnapping. Let me pull it up. You said it's a kidnapping of the Memphis mayor, huh? Let's see what we got here. Hold on, give me a second. Memphis mayor. He don't look like much, that's for sure. Why would he try to kidnap the Memphis mayor? Let me see. Let me pull it up. Give me a second. Let's switch this over. Memphis mayor attempted kidnapping, huh? All right, let's just get into it then. Why not?
Is now charged in that attempted kidnapping of the mayor of Memphis. They say he climbed over an 8 to 10 foot wall to get to the mayor's front door. They've recovered a taser, rope, and duct tape. And it comes after those horrific shootings of lawmakers in Minnesota, with that suspected killer showing up at their front doors. Here's Pierre Thomas tonight.
Tonight, prosecutors in Tennessee charging this 25-year-old man with trying to kidnap the mayor of Memphis, Paul Young. The latest in what authorities say is a surge in targeted attacks on politicians.
We may not contact Paul Young, the alleged victim in this case. You may not contact him directly, indirectly, or be anywhere he's likely to be.
Police claim that Trenton Abston climbed over the 8 to 10 foot wall in Mayor Young's neighborhood Sunday night and went directly to the mayor's home, knocking on the door. The mayor not answering after he looked at the Ring doorbell video and observed an unknown male. Prosecutors claimed that Abston had a taser in his pocket and planned to confront Paul Young about crime in the city. And authorities say they later found that taser, rope, and duct tape in the suspect's vehicle. Mayor Young posting, "In today's climate, especially after the tragic events in Minnesota and the threats my wife and I often received online, none of us can be too careful." And U.S. Congressman Max Miller from Ohio says he too was targeted this week while driving on a highway.
Some unhinged, deranged man decided to lay on his horn and run me off the road when he couldn't get my attention to show me a Palestinian flag. Not to mention death to Israel, death to me, that he wanted to kill me and my family.
Tonight, police arresting 36-year-old Ferris Hamden for allegedly threatening Miller and his family, saying he made anti-Semitic slurs against Miller, who is Jewish. These incidents on the heels of those horrific shootings in Minnesota that left former State House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark dead. Authorities say the alleged killer disguising himself as police, wearing a hyper-realistic latex mask. Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette ambushed at their front door. Trying to protect his family, they say the senator lunged at the gunman. Each of them shot at least 8 times. Their daughter, Hope, then rushed to shut the door and called 911. Hoffman saying, quote, "Without Hope, we wouldn't be here right now." David, the Hoffman family grateful that Hope saved their lives. And in response to this toxic and increasingly dangerous political environment, congressional leaders holding urgent meetings this week to discuss ways to improve security.
Yo, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all at the space now where y'all starting to try to kidnap mayors? Is that what we doing now? Because I thought that legislators, mayors, governors, all of those type of people were off limits. Even the movies would tell you that. Have y'all not ever seen The Wire? Where Stringer Bell was mad because he got rain made or hay rained or rain made on by Senator Clay Davis, and he went over to Avon and he said, "Man, we got to hit him. We got to hit him," because he was trying to get him to hit him. And he said, "Man, we don't want that type of heat. You don't want that type of problems." I thought that we all knew that that wasn't a thing. What the hell is going on? Maybe we've gotten to the point now. And again, honestly, I'm going to be real with y'all. I think that the culture, we've let too many people in to have a say-so on what goes on in the United States of America. I believe that we've let too many people into the United States of America, and now people have lost their minds. Now, I know that this person didn't necessarily, he wasn't a migrant or anything like that, but I think that our cultural norms is messed up. Honestly, I genuinely think that our cultural norms is messed up to where people have become so radical and people have become so crazy to where they feel comfortable doing whatever it is that they want to do inside of the United States of America. Some things has just been off limits. You never hit a police officer, especially one that wasn't crooked in the game. You never go after wife and children. You never go after people that are a part of the political process. What are we talking about? And then he said that he wanted to actually hit the guy. He wanted to kidnap the guy because he wanted him to address the crime in the city while you doing crime in the city. What the fuck is y'all talking? What is y'all talking about? And then somebody sent me this other video of some woman in the Houston area on I-45 sitting on the freeway armed. Have y'all seen that?
We have a lot going on this afternoon. Scattered showers across Houston have been causing flash flooding in some spots. And there is a standoff on the North Freeway involving a woman with a gun. I-45.
All right, so hold on. Wait a minute. 1 second. Y'all better stop telling me that they're not recruiting people based off of what they look like. Because we had a conversation on After Hours 1 week. I think it was a few weeks back, maybe a couple weeks back, where I said that I believed that recruiting people based off of or giving people money or getting a job or giving people a better position based off of whether or not they were beautiful or they busted down for a real one was a thing that we could do. Now, everybody, this, they said, no, Anton. Yeah, the reporters are looking good. Everybody said, no, Anton, you can't do that. That's discrimination. That's all it is or whatever. And I said, how is it discrimination if you getting a real one that also busted down for a real one? Why can't they get a promotion or a raise? Why can't we do that? Honestly, I went back and I watched it. I went back and I watched the clip. I went back and I watched the live stream. And I went and I looked in the chat and I was trying to understand, what is everybody all upset about? What's going on? And y'all was trying to convince me that you shouldn't be able to promote people whether or not they look good or they busting it down for a real one. And I said, well, if that's the case, then why do we have Pink Dress right here sitting in front of my screen, Rashi Vats? How do we have Rashi Vats sitting in front of my screen and you're telling me that they recruited her based off of her communication skills and her mind? Listen, I'll drink to that. I understand what you're saying. I think y'all missing it. I am not saying that it is now not currently against the law. Look at them moving this stuff. Look at this. Look at them moving that junk in the air. See the crane moving all of this stuff in the air? That's crazy. And then they moving it down to the workers over there. See all of the workers over there working and stuff right here? Yo, that's crazy. And then you got the other crane over there moving that stuff. I've been watching this building process. I've been watching this building process of what they've been having here. And it is a marvel how stuff get made because you get to watch it every single day get made here in the United States of America. But anyways, the point that I was making is I understand what the law says. The law is to be left up to interpretation, but I understand what it is. I understand that, yeah, you can't fraternize with the employees or whatever. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand why that law exists. It shouldn't exist. I don't need Adderall. I want to make sure that I get every single thought out, whether it's the welders that's getting their equipment dropped to them, or whether we talking about crime, or whether we talking about Pink Dress. It's all in the same sphere. This is what we do. This is the Millionaire Derailment Show. Okay. But I don't understand why the law exists. I am still confused. I don't get it. I don't understand why. If I got my girl, right, and then I wind up giving her a position in my company, why can't somebody then come to me and say, well, you're not supposed to hire your girl in your own company. You're supposed to get somebody that's more qualified. Says who? It's my company. As long as it's my company, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to promote somebody that I'm busting down for a real one. Facts. CNN do be hiring big backs, just Christian Black, and I don't be wanting to see that shit. And they be giving them whole body profiles. Every time some big back with black heels on and stockings and a waist trainer to try to keep it all in. Why shouldn't we reward people and women that are doing the good things and taking care of business? I do believe that's one of the reasons why Joy Reid is off the air. Here we go. Now Anton and got it, said the uncomfortable part out loud. Because Joy Reid, unfortunately, and this is just the honest to God truth, this is the discernment between men and women. Men tend to be a little bit more honest when they just can say what they want to say. As crazy as Joy Reid is, she could have got away with a lot more if she was pleasant to look at. And that's just the honest to God truth. You can't be Jesus Christ. Brother. You can get away with saying some wild shit when you pink dress. You can get away with it. You see the chick on ESPN, she's still holding strong. The chick that be with Stephen A. Smith and them, dumb as a box of rocks. Yeah, Stephen A., because I just want to get this in. And I'll be like, oh, God. She opened her mouth again. But then when you look at her, you be like, okay, I can see why they're keeping her around. You need a little bit of femininity to balance it out. But then you get them WNBA, hey, what's going on, Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp? Them former WNBA players that are aged out. Yeah, Molly. Molly is dumb as a box of rocks, but she's on there and she keeps a job. Hey, Stephen A. And you get them former WNBA players. Yeah, because I don't like the way LeBron James checked you. I'm like, man, if you don't get these big women off of my TV, nobody want to hear that shit. So I don't know. I believe that you should be able to hire people based off of looks and be overt about it. Yep, I hired her because she got fat ass and she looked good and she stay in the gym every day. She may not necessarily be the smartest, but it doesn't really matter because she's going to be reading from a teleprompter anyway. So, well, it is what it is. Anyways, let's continue on. I'm sorry.
Is shut down in both directions near Cypress Wood. Our Fox 26's Abigail Dye is live there with an update.
This is a very active scene at this point. You can hear sirens behind me. This entire area of 45 north and southbound is blocked off. This is in Cypress Wood, near the Cypress Wood area. And if you take a look at this scene right here, these shields that Harris County Sheriff's Office officers are using to create this barricade. Right behind there is where we're told this woman is sitting in a lawn chair. We actually have a photo of that if we want to bring that photo up. We're told that this elderly woman is sitting in a lawn chair, armed with a pistol, and was expressing some suicidal thoughts, saying some suicidal things. So the crisis intervention team is out here. If we bring it back to the scene here and we pan to the left just a little bit, we can see that we have a sniper set up along with another one of those shields. Of course, this is a precautionary measure. That sniper getting a water right now, making sure that law enforcement and anyone else out here, civilians, and of course the media here, are safe. There's really no knowing what the woman's intentions with the pistol is. Now down here, this is new. Daniel, if you just pan down to the left, it looks like we have another emergency vehicle coming up. So obviously we have law enforcement out here working strategically, trying to de-escalate this situation. And
let me guess, y'all think that this woman is on the news because she's smart, right? She may be smart, but do y'all think that that's why they got her on there?
get this woman out of the middle of the highway, but she is still sitting there in the lawn chair, armed at this time. So absolutely avoid this area. We're going to remain out here as the situation is active and bring you updates as we get them.
Now that lady really crazy in real life. Either she crazy or she really is fed up. Either she's crazy or she really is fed up. And so what you see happening is people crashing out. Straight up. It's people crashing out. Yeah, grandma's going through it. Whenever you bring your own lawn chair and pistol, you really are going through it and you having some problems going on in life. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these super chats and then we're going to continue on with the show. Shout out to Big J all day. Says, my bad, big dog. I was just like, no, I feel you, bro. I understand what it is. When you're running up that bag, it can be exciting. 392Q says, crime so bad, YN's forcefully trying to make a change. Yo, bro, how can I get an invite to the DC meetup? Go into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. It's in the Patreon, bro. The term big backs is... Chris Cunningham says, the term big backs is hilarious to me. I honestly, I don't understand it. I thought that everybody knew, Chris Cunningham, that we had gender rules along with gender roles. And I thought that everybody understood that men are required to become successful and make money, and women are required to be fit and nice. I thought that we all understood that. I thought that the standards are men go out and get the bag and hustle and work. If I was broke, they would call me Dusty. If I was broke, they would call me Dusty. Yeah, I could have some success in life, but chances are I don't, because you got to pay to play, baby. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to get into certain social clubs. You got to pay your dues in order to be a part of certain fraternities and sororities. You got to do what you got to do. You got to go and take care of that. It just is what it is. They treat me well, not just because I'm a nice guy down in my concierge, but because I tip everybody every time I go downstairs. You got to pay to play. That's the rules of the game. I didn't make them. I just make sure that I play by them. It's the rules of the game. Now, women got it easy because all you got to do is operate at a caloric deficit and you win. And you win. That's it. We got to go out and grind and hustle and take chances and risks every day. Niggas be going to jail every day trying to take a risk to get to that level. All you got to do is say, I'm not going to put this sandwich in my mouth today. I'm not going to go peanut butter jelly sandwich. And then I see women that's jumping on the live streams a lot of times, where they jumping on TikTok talking about, it's so hard. You mean it's so hard? You got an ATM card. You are a walking ATM. How much money you can get out of the ATM is depending on whether or not you got a good attitude and whether or not you got a caloric deficit. That's it. Anton, are you a Freemason? No, I don't understand what the point of being a Freemason. What is the point of being a Freemason? I don't understand it. I don't understand what the benefits are. If somebody can sell me on the benefits of being it, then maybe I consider. I don't know what a Freemason is. What are the benefits? Most of these organizations that a lot of people join, it's just like a brotherhood. You have a walking ATM. Your body, everything is a walking ATM. All you got to do is put the hamburger and fries down and you win. You automatically won. We got to go out, grind. You see all of those men out there pulling all of that stuff? You think that they want to do that? All of these men out here that's on this construction site, you think they're having a good time? You think it's fun for them? No, they're doing it because they know that that's what society requires. If men are unproductive, then they no longer cease to act. They don't have value. Society doesn't value us, and we get it, and we don't complain about it. We understand the game. We play it to win. It is what it is. But I don't understand women that feel like they all deserve the same thing. Like, you literally 3 people in one. Why do you think that makes sense? So you think that you're supposed to be on the camera and that you're going to attract more viewers because viewers are entertainment. You think that you can't go to you can't go to the NBA and be big. No, seriously. There are some women that's a hot 360. I get it. 185, 210. Might have had some lapses in judgment. You get that off of you in a couple months. We ain't tripping off that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to be a little fluffy. It's good to be a little fluffy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Let's not make it a habit. But, you know, it's some women have y'all ever seen the Vegas, where you go to Vegas and they get on that scale, the eat scale down on Fremont Street? Man, them women got it. It's all packed in. It's packed. It got all of the burgers, all of the fries, all of the hot dogs, all of the pizza, all of the fixings and the pepperoni, all packed in. And they get on that thing and it'd be like 320, 330, 340, 350, 350. Nigga, what are you doing at night? What are you eating, people? Why is the food not digesting? Honest to God, seriously. Have y'all ever seen that? Go look at it. Go look at it. And then they talking about let's normalize. Normalize what? Normalize what? You know how full a zombie would be if we was in a zombie apocalypse and they caught you? Do you know how full the zombies would be? Have y'all ever seen Animal Planet? All right, I'm about to start going left. Anyways, it is what it is. Let me read the rest of these super chats, bro. The older lady had a medical issue while driving. Shout out to you. I appreciate you without question. JJ Francois says, greetings and blessings. Trump wins a monumental ruling against the 5 liberal states and judges. Parents now have more of a say in what can be taught. Yeah, I'm gonna cover all of that. Daddy and the caddy no zest, but your bald head is perfect. He'd say something gay every day. Miss Salon says, speaking of ESPN, weren't people warning folks about Memphis the other week? Yeah, they was. 392Q says, pretty women can get away with being not smart, and men with money can get away with cheating, and that's the fact. Man, listen, life, it is. That's the truth. That's just honest. And you can get away with way more than that, to be honest with you. What do you think about Kimberly Martin on ESPN, AD? Let me see what Kimberly Martin looked like. Images. I see she got a white man holding her butt, though. I see she got a see, I don't want to hear nothing else from y'all. I don't want to hear nothing else from y'all. Most women, it seems like that is getting to a certain level. See, he got his hand on her butt. Mm-hmm. Don't say nothing to me about black men getting with white women. All right. Don't say nothing about black men getting with white women. I don't want to hear it. She all right. She just regular. I don't have nothing against her. Y'all know Jay Ben is in the building, says, brunch bandits won't skip calories. Keep talking about I'm working out, but I don't know why it's not falling off. Jonathan Wilson says, Joy Taylor dumb, but she got big cans and peanut butter skin. Shout out to my dog, Jason Whitlock. I just talked to him this morning. Cardona Jason says, pretty women make us buy beer. Ugly women make us drink beer. You buying Pretty Women beer? Jimmy Howard says GE is bringing $500 million to their Kentucky plant. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Spacer says all the chicken, all the pig meat, all the hog maw. Just Christian Black says MAGA make anchors great again. Yeah, I think that we should start. I think that pay, because I know they're making a lot of stink about minimum wage and all of this stuff. I think that pay should be according to. Let me be quiet. What up, Jessica Brown Girl in America? I love you. What's up, baby? Listen, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. All right, what we covering next, y'all? See, we did the Memphis mayor. Y'all hit me with that one on the cuff. See, we going off the cuff today. Stan mayor. We can go Supreme Court. Oh, no. Let's do this one. Let's do this one first. I'm going to do birthright citizenship. $20 should be the minimum wage. You out of your mind. You smoking crack. Never.
On widespread financial pain here in Los Angeles. We're not just talking the city of Los Angeles, but also the county and the school district as well. The LA City Council today declared a fiscal emergency for the budget year that begins next Tuesday, July 1st. Revenues are lower than expected, and the city has legal settlements to pay. A nearly $14 billion budget has been approved, but the city is short $1 billion. About 614 employees are expected to be laid off, but elected officials have discussed reducing those layoffs by transferring employees to the LADWP airports and the Port of Los Angeles.
Imagine having a $14 billion budget and an inability to be able to manage it effectively. Imagine having a $14 billion budget and they saying that you have a crisis in Los Angeles. This is the way that's, listen, I've been saying it. I'm going to keep throwing it in y'all face. I'm going to say it again. This is the way that most liberal cities are going to go. I'm telling you. Los Angeles is declaring a fiscal emergency. County schools face financial difficulties, $14 billion budget, $1 billion shortfall. And remember, that is projected. That is possibly wrong, and it could be more because they are projecting it based off of what they think they're going to take in. It's projected based off of what they think that they are going to take in. So the way that it works is very similar to how it works in corporate America. How does it work in corporate America? The same way that, well, I'm not going to say that part because I don't want to give away no Patreon game. But the way that it works in corporate America is this. Companies have a projection of what they say or what they tell shareholders and analysts, what they are going to generate or what they are expecting the company to do for that particular fiscal year, which also includes every single quarter. When they come back during the quarter, that can change. It can revise upward or it could revise downward, meaning that as business continues throughout that fiscal year, that reporting period, each quarter they come back and they say, well, we got to revise the budget and we're not going to be as profitable. We need to take one-time hits. In Elon Musk's case, he was saying, yo, it's a lot of protests, whatever, so on and so forth. So the way that it basically works is the CEOs come in and they say, you know what? We don't know if things are going to go the way that we thought it was going to go. And we're having a fiscal emergency and a crisis. And when you see somebody like a Karen Bass, all right? When you see somebody like a Karen Bass, when you see this upcoming primary or this primary that just passed, and now over in New York, you got the super liberal socialist potential mayor that is promising everybody free everything and rent freeze and all of this stuff. And we're going to raise taxes. Well, what you essentially do is you kill your budget. And so when you think about an executive recruitment, all right, what happens for these CEOs is that those are not jobs that are posted that people vote on. Those are jobs that are recruited for. And they put together a recruitment budget, and then they get executive recruiters to go and find the best person for the job, or the CEO themselves groom a successor that is largely came up within the ranks of the company that is then approved by the board. That doesn't happen when it comes to democracy and republics that we're living through in the United States of America. What happens is you have a bunch of imbeciles that are voting people in office that can't manage their way out of a brown paper bag. So you got people that are educated, that understand engineering, that understand security, that comes up through the ranks. If you look at the CEO of Amazon today, he was the former CEO of Amazon Web Services. He was successful in managing the division that was the most profitable for the company, and that's who Jeff Bezos chose as a successor to continue to move the company forward, because he's seen his track record, he's seen his success. Over in New York City, you have a person that is proposing himself to be mayor of a much larger budget, much bigger budget over in New York City, right? 33 years old, never really got anything passed, socialist, Muslim, advocates for some of the worst things that we've ever seen in our entire life, and he's being voted on. He's being selected by the people that don't know shit. He's being selected by 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-olds that half of them are sassy. The other half of them just want free things. And then the other rest of them is battling because they're liberal white women that believe that everybody deserves rights, and they're going to put diversity, equity, and inclusion over everybody. So when you then see some of these mayors that are managing budgets that are much larger than some of these companies, that CEOs who get paid millions of dollars and whose compensation is tied directly to the performance of the company, when you see these mayors having the ability to be able to manage $14 billion budgets and they are running the city into the ground, what did you think that you were going to get? What did you think that you were going to get? I'll tell you what you're going to get. Let me bring y'all up to speed. And I told y'all, and I'm going to continue to tell you, you are going to get cities like Chicago, who is ran by Brandon Johnson, a fucking school teacher that can't manage his way out of a brown paper bag. You're going to get places like Denver, who is facing hundreds of millions of dollars in a budget shortfall and is laying off employees. You can't cut your way to success. You're going to get Los Angeles, that is facing a budget shortfall and deficit that is absolutely crushing the city. And they're so liberal and they're so against Trump that they are torpedoing themselves and possibly even risking federal dollars being reserved. And they are blaming everybody except themselves for being able to manage the budget effectively. And now, guess what? It then falls on the people. It falls on the people because guess what? Your schools are now going to be underfunded, which, by the way, largely have celebrated having over way more people inside of a classroom than they should, partially because they have illegal migrants and their children going to school inside of Los Angeles and all of the other counties that are surrounding it. I've seen it before. I've lived through it. The way that we fixed Detroit, the first thing that we did is that we went and we got somebody that actually had a business background. We went and got Mayor Mike Duggan, who was the former CEO of DMC Hospitals, that understood fiscal responsibility, how to manage the city's finances, how to recruit more effectively, how to get people to buy in, how to balance the budget, how to increase revenue by partnering with other business leaders such as Dan Gilbert, the Illiges, and Roger Penske, and making sure that he generated more revenue. And that's why he's an independent, and he's running as an independent for governor of Michigan, in which I largely think that he'd be a phenomenal job. But the first thing that we had to do is we had to go and get somebody that actually understood business. Y'all are voting these people based off of diversity and inclusion, and that is why it's such a bad idea. A horrible idea. I've seen it. We lived through it. We lived through it right here inside of the city. And so I already see the fiscal cliff coming. Los Angeles, y'all are going to suffer a horrible, horrible fiscal cliff. Chicago is coming. New York got a lot more cushion because they got a lot more business leaders. But if y'all vote in this new guy as mayor, you guys are going to find yourself being a torpedo. And middle America is going to be the place that everybody is going to thrive in because they have more policies that are more aligned with what's best for the city and ultimately what's going to be best for the people that's in the city. It's so dumb. Y'all had hired Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. You know how dumb that is?
Those agencies operate on revenue from their services.
LA County's new union deal could cost more than $2 billion. The deal with service employees includes bonuses and pay raises for 55,000 workers. Officials expect similar deals with smaller unions to cover the cost. County leaders approved a $49 billion budget with major cuts. The budget reduces services at parks, swimming pools, and probation offices. Every county department will lose 5.5% of its funding. County leaders say the cuts are necessary to avoid a financial collapse.
Pay raises for 55,000 employees slashes 50 billion cuts to clinics and parks. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all don't want to be social? I don't want to be socialists?
County leaders say the cuts are necessary to avoid a financial collapse.
County and the city is collapsing.
LA Unified voted today to approve a nearly $19 billion budget. It keeps campuses open and staff employed for now, but drains nearly $3 billion from reserves. The district lost 40% of its students in 20 years, but hasn't cut staff or closed schools. Plan includes $175 million for Black student programs. It also includes smaller amounts for immigrant and LGBTQ plus support. Leaders warn future cuts may be needed, including layoffs and campus closures if costs keep rising and revenue falls.
This is the dumbest group of people that I've ever seen in my entire life, bro. This is the dumbest group of people and things that I've ever seen in my entire life. No cap. No cap. The dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Let me see what's going on here.
Yes, there might be something.
Let me go over to this. Give me a second. Give me a second.
And no, I'm not worried about it at all. And I'm putting out a little statement. I'm going to respond to the Ayatollah's statement yesterday that we won the war. Oh, God, we won the war. And I said, look, you're a man of great faith, a man who's highly respected in this country. You have to tell the truth. You got beat to hell. And Israel was beat up too. They were both beat up. And it was a great time to end it. It was quick. They got the hate out. There was a lot of hate. It would be great if they didn't have that hate. But the last thing they're thinking about is nuclear weapons right now. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Iris Howe with NTD Research Media with the Epoch Times. Thank you so much for doing this. It's very refreshing for all of us here.
It's a good group
in this room.
It's refreshing.
Very refreshing. Yes, we have to have this, and
I understand what you mean.
So thank you so much for coming out here.
Other than Caroline's done a great job.
Yes.
You're referring to the past administration, not to Caroline.
Yes. Back to the ruling today, if you don't mind. So you have always talked about winning for the American people.
Right.
How do you think today's ruling will enable you to further deliver for American families and workers across the country, not only when it comes to immigration, but also when it comes to trade, energy? What actions are most eager to move forward?
Well, I think
now?
taking power away from these absolutely crazy radical left judges is a tremendous. This is such a big day. It's like it's sort of sad because we're doing the signing at 3:00, and this may very well dominate the signing of a big war that was going on and really affecting the continent of. Think of it, the entire continent of Africa was being affected. We're settling that war today, and this will probably be a headline. But this is a very big moment, and it gives gives power back to people that should have it, including Congress, including the presidency. And it only takes bad power away from judges. It really doesn't take it takes bad power, sick power, and unfair power. And it's really going to be, this is a very monumental decision. Yeah, please.
Yeah, President, thank you very much. On July 9th, is that July 9th date set for tariffs to snap
No.
back? Or could there be a?
We can do whatever we want. We could extend it. We could make it shorter. I'd like to make it shorter. I'd like to just send letters out to everybody. Congratulations, you're paying 25%. He doesn't want, he's a much nicer person than I am. He's in a good mood. So how do you finish it up?
Were you considering for the Federal Reserve then? And are you speeding up that process? I see Secretary.
Oh, he's terrible. He's terrible. I mean,
That's
I have a
not
list
on
of
the rule.
things. We're like 38 on the list. We pay, Cameroon and different places are paying the same as us. Because, you have somebody sets a rate at 4% or 4.5%. It's hard to go out and say we should be paying 1% when you have your so-called experts doing it. And the sad part is, as per the question that you asked about tariffs, we've had the tariffs and we have less inflation than we had before. What we have is a hell of a lot more money, a hell of a lot more income, and we shouldn't be paying a rate like that. In other words, when we pay a rate, I'll tell you, each point is the equivalent of $300 billion. So if we had it down 3 points, because I think we should be at 1, you have Switzerland is at 0.25. In other words, 25% of 1%. And they're the number 1 right now, but we should be the number 1. And soon you're going to have, I think you're going to have where the people will pay will pay like we had a few years ago, where you put up money, you loan money. And I mean, you actually, instead of paying, you get paid. I love that. I don't know if it's any good, but I love it, where you put up money and you get paid. But we should be in a category. So we should be at the top of the list, not toward the bottom of the list. But we have a man who's not a smart man, and he probably has Trump derangement syndrome. And he's just not a smart person. What he's doing, though, he's hurting us for years to come. Because if we borrow money at 2 points higher than we should be paying, that's $600 billion. Wouldn't you say those numbers are about right, Scott? So it's 2 points would be about 600, actually more than that, but about $600 billion, all because the guy doesn't want to lower the rates. He's doing the service, a very disservice. And then he goes up and talks about, I'd like to see costs come down. He gets up and he does his little thing for 5 minutes, and he goes out and he goes back to the beach. He goes, I'd like to see costs come down. Well, he could lower the interest cost by $900 billion a year. All he has to do is lower rates. And everybody's saying, I was watching some of the business shows today, and they're saying, Trump's right. He should really be cutting. The country's doing well. We have no inflation. Now, despite him, we're doing great. But if we got the rates down, we would be a rocket ship. So I think that'll be it. And I just want to thank everybody. This is a really big day. We've had a big week. We've had a big week. We've had a lot of victories this week. NATO was a tremendous victory. The war was a tremendous. Look, we were talking about this for 30 years, about Iran being nuclear. And all I said is it will not be nuclear, and it's not going to be nuclear. And, I want to give credit to a lot of people, and most importantly to our great military. Boy, they put out that fire. Once that happened, once those bombs got dropped, that war was over. That war was over. But I just want to compliment them. Incredible. The general and all of his generals. Pete Hegseth was great. They all, and now I want to compliment Pam. A lot of genius went into this. People, if you don't say it exactly right, if the Supreme Court doesn't get it because it's incorrectly spoken about, and that happens. A lot of cases are lost because they don't say the right words. But I want to correct. She's going to go down as a great attorney general. I may change my mind about that. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll have call and say I was only kidding. She's going to go down as a great attorney general. This was a tremendous win, and we've had tremendous wins, but this was a tremendous win today. So I just want to congratulate you and Todd and your whole staff. Very brilliant people, and we can't forget John Sauer.
That's right.
Who was with. There's a medical emergency within his family, so he's taking care of that. And we said absolutely. So I just want to thank everybody very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
interrupt you for a moment here because in my ear, the
I
producer
know I
is
was
saying
muted.
that the birthright citizen.
I'm sorry I was muted. I was saying that Trump is absolutely killing it. And he's had so many different victories over over this last 6 months. I'm not sure if we've ever in history had a better 6 months of a president that is delivering and killing it on all fronts. Honestly, he is killing it. And people are mad. I don't even know why y'all mad. Because I'm gonna address this whole birthright citizenship conversation. I don't know why people are mad. I don't know how people are mad. Dude, the market is on fire right now. The markets are on fire. If y'all didn't buy, and even Trump said it during, when we had first announced the whole trade tariff and everything like that. And he said, listen, y'all need to be buying hard. You need to be running up a bag. S&P 500 on a pace for record high for the first time in 4 months. What could push the stocks even higher? S&P 500 claims new intraday record as stocks hit for strong weekly gains. If y'all not getting fucking rich off of this, what do y'all want? What do y'all want? What else do you want? He stopped the war. We ain't got to worry about Iran having nukes. The markets is killing it. Illegal migrants is getting removed. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is being abolished now that we can have merit-based programs. We don't have men and women's sports. You can't go in their bathrooms anymore. What else do you want? What else do you want? He is absolutely positively, in 6 months, he is killing it on all fronts. Every single thing that you can think of. He is absolutely positive. Now he gets a victory in birthright citizenship, which obviously that is aimed at people that is finessing the United States of America and coming over here and trying to have children and then say that we deserve birthright citizenship when that wasn't even for anybody except for descendants of slaves. What else do you want? What else do you want? I can't believe that y'all not getting rich. I can't believe that y'all not getting rich out here. He is and he ain't even, and record low inflation. Record low inflation. What is inflation at? Let me go and see what inflation is at. During the Biden administration, we had inflation at over 10. We got record low inflation at almost 2% in less than 6 months. When Biden was in office, we had inflation at 10 and 12%. I reported on it every fucking day. And you are still complaining? How are you complaining? How are you complaining? How are you not dumping everything that you have? I warned y'all. I've been saying it over the last 2.5, 3 years. I said, y'all not got to get rid of the debt. You got to increase your income, get rid of the debt. Anton, why we got to get rid of the debt? I said, don't buy no cars, don't buy this, don't buy that. So you can dump everything that you have into the investments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I said, get rid of it so we can run because it's harder to climb the mountain with rocks in your backpack. Trump came through and said, listen, we about to do these trade deals. We got record revenue from tariffs. He also, I'm going to get to that later on in the day. He also just announced a deal with China today on tariffs. What are you waiting for? What are you doing? I said, when Trump got into office, I said, y'all, this is going to be one of the greatest opportunities for you to have a transfer of wealth of all time. All time. This is going to be one of those generational moments. You will never have a moment like this ever in your lifetime. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We get once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. I've been preparing people over and over and over again. I tried to beat it into y'all head every single day. The markets are exploding. I just did a Patreon live stream on fucking Tuesday where I told y'all, listen, you got another once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is how I'm leveraging AI. This is what you need to be going into from a career perspective. This is how you can leverage AI from a business perspective. Let me show you some examples. Let me show you what some of the earlier adopters are putting together and all of this. And you're still fucking waiting for the price of a McDonald's wrapper. You spend more money on McDonald's and DoorDash than fucking getting $1 million worth of game. And you refuse to listen and you just keep on being dusty. And so now you had once in a lifetime opportunity to take advantage of all of the different things that is available to you. And you were so busy getting fucking caught up in whether or not Diddy had baby oil. God damn it, bro. Fucking hey. What up, your car? I use the info that was provided in the AI live stream to create an internal tool for my corporate job that will probably save hundreds of people, hundreds of hours of grunt work. I've had the idea for a month and it took me 2 days to create it. I ain't even gonna show you some of the other messages that come in on it. That's from the Discord. That's from the Discord. I don't understand what y'all waiting on, bro. Honestly, I genuinely don't understand. What are you doing, bro? What are you fucking doing with your life? Nigga, I'm about to go buy another car based off what is happening in my portfolio. I don't even lift a fucking finger. I just make the moves and I get it. God, Lord, what is wrong with our people? You niggas is still trying to go to Tulum? You still tricking off bottles in a club, nigga? The fuck is you doing? You still trying to impress these scallywags with these pennies? Oh, we gotta keep up with the. Oh man, Trump man bad. Trump man bad. Nigga ain't never bad about making money. Ain't nothing ever bad about making money, bro. Nigga, that's what we want to do. We want to listen. 3 things that we want to do in this lifetime. Maybe 4. We'll throw in a 4th one. Because the 4th one we don't have as much control over. It's 3 things that we want to do. We want to try to make it to heaven if you think that heaven exists. Lord, let me get to heaven. Even if I gotta slide in under the table, let me just get to heaven. Let me make a lot of money so I can change the dynamics of my family and do what I want to do. And let me get a lot of pussy. That's it. What else you want, bro? What else you got to do? And then the 4th one, honorable mention. Bless my kids not to be retards. That's it, bro. That's it. If you can get those 4 things, and most of those things are self-inflicted wounds. Let me get to heaven. Let me get a lot of money. Give me the character that I need to be able to manage it effectively. I want to get some pussy when I get off, you know what I'm saying, after I get into bed tonight. And bless my kids not to be dumb. That's it. That's life. That's you won. You won in life. Fuck all of this complaining. Oh, man, I don't understand. Trump is running up a bag for you. He gave you the play. He didn't just give it to his friends. He said, y'all, listen, we're going to get these fucking illegals out of here that ain't supposed to be here. We're going to get rid of these diversity, equity, and inclusion that largely benefit white women. These bitches over here that keep on being on welfare, they're going to have to get a fucking job. We're going to stop Iran. We still working on fucking Russia and Ukraine, and we going to get this money. And you was sitting there with your hands in your pockets complaining. Stupid. Stupid. Dumb as hell. Just dumb for no reason.
Former Deputy Assistant AG. John, thanks for coming on. So let's take a look at the bigger picture when it comes to this case, because this is obviously going to have a ripple effect. The Trump administration has been really frustrated with these nationwide injunctions. There have been 40 of them so far in his second term already. This ruling seems like it has the potential to maybe break the chains off his agenda a little bit here.
I think that's right. This decision frees the Trump administration.
Look at dumbass. We all know. How do you know that he's a dumbass right off the bat? First of all, because he don't got no profile picture. But we're going to use him as an example. Ghost Dog. Maybe we can get rich off of what Ghost Dog is talking about. If you don't live in a blue state, you can't keep dissing on FBA like people. What the fuck are you talking about? Who mentioned anything about FBA? Who mentioned anything about you dusty motherfuckers? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. Zero, zilch, nada. Nobody cares about you niggas that's complaining about the system. We don't fucking care, bro. Nobody cares. You can't keep living in the system, locked in the system. Okay, my nigga, go and fucking be homeless in a park somewhere and go and rub your hands together in front of a fire. We don't give a fuck, bro. We don't care. Nobody said anything about you and your dusty friends. Nobody cares, bro. You dumb motherfucker. You so broken dumb. Ghost Dog, 36556. Jesus Christ. You broke bitches. Get a job, nigga. Go to work. Get a job, a real job that you can have a paycheck at the end of the month so that you can actually pay your bills with.
From having to run at the beck and call of every single district judge in the country, of which there are almost 1,000. And so what's going to happen now is that the Trump administration will have to stop its executive orders only in the courts where those judges decide against them, but still be able to pursue their policies in the rest of the country. Now, the dissenters in the opinion, let me be clear, this is a very important, significant victory for the Trump administration at the Supreme Court. One, I think that a lot of people did not foresee it back in January or February when the president took office and started issuing the executive orders. Now, the downside is we're going to have fragmentation of federal law throughout the country. This is something the Supreme Court does not want, that most federal courts don't want to tolerate. That's, in fact, why we have an appellate system and the Supreme Court, to make sure there's only one rule of federal law. So what's going to have to happen in addition to this, both for the Trump administration and for the parties that are challenging his rules, is that the Supreme Court is going to have to accelerate the review of questions like the birthright citizenship question to get them to the Supreme Court faster, so that we don't have, say, a district court in Massachusetts and a district court in Texas enforcing different interpretations of the birthright citizenship question.
So now we can get all of you motherfuckers out of here, and it ain't no more having kids inside of the United States of America and calling yourself citizens. You, your parents, and everybody with you gonna have to come over here the right way. And shout out to Trump for continuing to win. Greatest president of all time. Greatest president of all time. And shout out to the Dusties, bro, that don't even understand. We not even gonna care about them, bro. You can't even get in the club. You can't even come to the places that we at. We not worried about it. We not worried about it. You can't come. You can't come in. You can't come in. You only exist. You subscribe so that you can come in here and suck my dick, bro. That's what you are. That you subscribe so that you can be on my nuts, bro. You hanging on to my balls. There's one thread on my balls that I forgot to shave because I'm slim. I'm swimming like a dolphin out here. Balls smooth as eggs, and you're hanging on by the one thread that I missed, my nigga. That's the only reason why we allow for you to be here, is because we don't discriminate against Dusties. Maybe one day you'll wake up and get up out of your dusty ass basement with your ugly ass attitude and your dusty girlfriend that can't even go to the store, and you keep on selling all of her food stamps for EBT for gas money. Now, you had your 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats. Nephew killed uncle over a honey bun in Atlanta. Must be one of Ghost Dog's friends. Shout out to Totally About None. Toon Soon says Chicago financed their future. All the parking meter funds go to Dubai, and all the tools on the highway go to Canada pension funds. Brothers Keeper 3889 says thank you, AD, for all that you do. Get that bag, big dog. Global says Zoran Mamdani is just like Obama, but a true Muslim believer. Both never really accomplished anything. Zoran, if elected, will destroy New York, which is the financial center of the world. Chris Cunningham says birthright citizenship need to be gone. Billy Ray Valentine says they hate what he has to say, but do and love the results. Everyone is benefiting. Talk about it, Billy Ray. 50% Simp says better take this money and run and dip. Zoom to your doom says ES has passed ATH. Start businesses and trade futures. Mr. Steady says I capitalized just not how I wanted to. Got about 40K in returns. Just started investing. Let's run it up. Stock Club is next week. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Obey Jet 23 says what stocks and cryptos to invest in. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. More Than Mellow says living on an edge of LA County. Our 600 square foot apartment is $22.35. 600 square feet is $22.35. Woo! 600 square feet is $22.35. Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. What in the hell is wrong with Los Angeles? Good God, More Than Mellow. So you get out the bed and get right into the kitchen, huh? Slide into heaven under the table is crazy. We got to get there, Wesley Slipes. AD, Long Way ENT 2047. Y'all got some wild names. AD, what is your thoughts on U.S. large cap equity fund? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We'll talk about every single thing that y'all want to talk about financially related and how you should invest your money. Have you heard of LTXV? It's an open source video gen model that I've been training Laura's on with an H200 GPU, and I'm able to generate above 90s of videos, more than 90s of videos. I think it's far more impressive than VO. I haven't checked it out yet. I gave my daughter an idea the other day on how she can make a whole lot of money using AI. And so she's already started executing on that. All right, y'all. What we talking about next? Let's see. Supreme Court win, layoffs, birthright citizenship, fiscal emergency, Los Angeles. Oh, let's talk about this one, y'all. We got to get into this. Trump announced a China trade deal as stocks soared and summer gas prices hit a 4-year low. Oh no, but the price of eggs is too high. Oh my God, but the price of eggs.
We just signed with China yesterday, right? We're having some great deals. We have one coming up, maybe with India, very big one, where we're going to open up India. In the China deal, we're starting to open up China, things that never really could have happened. And the relationship with every country has been very good.
It's great news. The United States and China agreeing on a framework that could lead to a trade deal after restarting talks in Geneva last month. This as the S&P 500 and NASDAQ approach record highs and summer gas prices hitting a 4-year low. Co-host of the Big Money Show, Brian Brimberg, joins us now. Brian, hey, this is good news.
It's so nice to be with you on a Friday and have good news.
Happy Friday.
We are right on the precipice of stocks hitting all-time highs. Think about that. I mean, go back to April and think about all the panic, all the financial press telling you how bad things could be. What what tariffs were going to do. And if you listen to them and you sold stocks, then you've missed out on one of the greatest rallies we've ever seen.
I hate this for y'all. I hate this for y'all. I genuinely hate it for you. I hate this for y'all. I begged you. I begged you. I begged every single person that was tuned into the Millionaire Morning Show. And people are missing out on some of the greatest money plays ever because y'all was so caught up in your feelings from liberals that also benefit. Because let's be clear, the Bernie Sanders, the Nancy Pelosi's, all of those people, guess what they doing? While they telling you to go on an oligarchy tour and they telling you to hate Trump, they running it up. I agree, Gary Smith. What happened to Project 2025? What happened to Project 2025? What happened? What happened to all of it? What happened to everybody losing all of the money for the economy collapsing, from gas prices going up, for products and services is going to be missing off the shelves, for Canada stopping the energy to go into the United States of America? What happened to all of that stuff? I said this is a buying opportunity. When you see fears and all of this stuff, this is when you start taking advantage of the buying opportunity. Not everything is missing. Remember, everybody, I had a nigga that came inside of my chat and said he was pulling everything out of this 401k because he was scared. I say, you are the dumbest person that I've ever seen in my entire life. You are the dumbest person that I've ever seen in my entire life. Meanwhile, the same politicians that you following on the oligarchy tour, they got richer. They got richer. And I begged you, biggest buying opportunity of all time, guys. Y'all ready? Hey, we got to have an emergency stock club. This is what we're going to do it. And you know what everybody else says?
And you sold stocks, then you've missed out on one of the greatest rallies we've ever seen. So you've got an economy right now with low inflation, pretty strong job numbers.
And this is what's going, let me tell y'all what's going to happen. It's going to get 10 times better. That's why we doing stock club early next week. The Fed is going to lower rates. The Fed is going to lower rates because inflation is at a record low. The reason why we had the Fed raising rates is because it was the only tool that they had when Biden had inflation above 10%, 12%, and in some cases, depending on where you lived and what your lifestyle was, above 15%. Dog, money is going to get cheaper. Businesses is booming. Profits is going to go crazy. Countries internationally are doing trade deals, and they all going to be investing inside of the United States of America. You got to get rich. You have to get rich. You have to. Please, God, bless them to listen. Lord, open up their minds and let them not to be so rigid. God, bless them and bless them to focus on taking advantage of the opportunity that's in front of them. Bless them to get out of the victim Olympics and continuing to blame everybody else for their problems. Lord, give them focus, put down their bias, and rebuke any kind of negative energy and activity that will cause them to be distracted from the thing that helps them get rich. Even if they hate me, don't take away their blessings because they refuse to listen. Bless them to take heed because they hear every day on the Millionaire Morning Show. Even if they in hater mode, give them some opportunity because we know that niggas is only hating because they broke. Niggas only broke people get mad. Only broke people are angry, God. And if we take them out of poverty, if we take their girlfriend out of eating Pop-Tarts every day so that she can actually get a new car and not drive around in the Altima with a bumper, maybe these niggas will stop hating on people. Maybe they'll stop being so angry at women. Maybe they'll be able to go and get a woman and won't have to beat their dick all day. In Jesus' name, help these niggas. Help me help these raggedy ass niggas to be able to get a bag. In Jesus' name, amen. Good God.
You've got tax cuts on the way. You've got trade deals happening. This is one of those moments where the growth engine of America is really starting to rev. And it's pretty exciting, by the way, to see companies getting in on that because they love what this tax bill might do in terms of creating new breaks for building factories and investing in equipment and R&D. And so they're relocating here. It is a really exciting moment. It's a really growthy moment. And that's really good for the American worker because it means their wages are going to head up.
Well, we all have 401ks, or most of us do, and we also have to fill up our gas tanks.
That's right.
And it's summer, and that's when the voter actually can see when they pass the gas station what the prices are.
And they're passing it a lot every week.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's talk about GE. This is exciting news too, because GE is going to spend nearly $500 million to move production of their washing machines from China to the Louisville, Kentucky headquarters.
Yes.
Oh no, all of the jobs are leaving. We're not going to have more manufacturing inside of the United States of America. Trump is shitting on y'all. He's shitting on y'all in a good way because he actually benefiting Americans. And unfortunately, even the people that didn't vote for him are the ones that's actually also benefiting unless you live in a blue city like Los Angeles, Chicago, or New York.
So this is a couple things. All right. One, it's the tariff story, right? Because we still do have higher tariffs on China, and companies don't want to pay that if they're selling these wash machines to Americans. So that's part of it.
Right.
But the other part of it is Trump is making America a really great place to build factories. That's the point of this tax bill. It's not just to have the stick of, hey, you might get a tariff. It's the carrot of build your stuff in the greatest place on earth to invest and grow. This is where GE Appliances customers are. So they want to be near the customer.
Yeah.
They want to be near the designers. It makes business sense to do this. But from sort of an American national security standpoint, it also makes a lot of sense in that regard. So it's a kind of a win-win. And it shows you the power of policy aligned with like a very pro-capitalist view of the world. And we finally got that back in America.
It's a perfect example. Everyone was flipping out over these tariffs, but now this is a product of that. What's happening is you used to buy things from China because it was so much cheaper. But with the tariffs, it makes everything equal. Right?
Yep.
And so now companies are coming here because then we don't have to pay the tariff. It's going to be cheaper to buy a washing machine from GE.
And can I tell you, actually, some people freaked out about the tariffs. Smart companies started making plans.
Right.
And smart investors put money to work. And both of those sets of people are doing very well right now.
Including the bag chasers. I wish I had my applause button. Including the bag chasers. Bag chasers, congratulations. Congratulations to everybody that's a part of the Patreon. We're going to celebrate this weekend on the Patreon meetup on Saturday. It's going to be a grand old time. The weather is going to be, look at how God works. We all getting richer. The weather is going to be beautiful. We're going to be on rooftops and we're going to have a good time. And everybody is going to have good energy and we're going to have a ball. We're going to celebrate this weekend with the Chasers. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Is it not a great time to be a chaser or no? How many chasers we got? Let me go and see how many chasers we got. Give me a second. I need to know how many people is actually benefiting from this. 17,546 chasers. Shout out to the chasers. Shout out to the chasers. Shout out to the chasers. We got 1,096 new members. Hey, 1,096 new members in the Chasers over the last 30 days. over the last 30 days. New members. New members. Y'all incredible. Y'all are incredible. I can't say anything. I can't say anything except for you guys are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, they said Anton. Oh, you must be capping. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We'll get there. We'll get there. New chasers. Welcome to the chasers. We have 17,546 active members inside of the chasers. Don't worry about the letters. You can't worry about the letters in the lower thirds that's at the bottom of the thing. The only thing that you need to be focused on is whether or not you are running up a bag and if this is transforming your family's life. If everybody eats, everybody wins. If everybody eats, I remember, Sabrina, but guess what? Some people smartened up. Hey, some people that smartened up. In our 8560, some people that smartened up. Some people smartened up. They said, you know what? We're going to make some adjustments and we're going to run up a bag. We're going to make some adjustments and we're going to run up a bag. We don't worry about that, J-Ben. The only thing we care about is winning. Winners win and losers lose. That's what I know for sure. That winners win and losers lose. They be thinking I be lying about I don't lie about numbers. The one thing that I do for sure and two things is for certain is we do numbers. We got our own fucking army. We don't need nobody else. We got our own army. I got more soldiers than my own fucking soldiers. Need nobody else outside of us. We got our own community. Our own community to run it up. What do we need? Nobody. Let me see. What else y'all want me to cover today? Because I'm feeling good. I got a first class flight that I got to catch today. Nobody. What else we got to talk about today? Oh, I got to switch over my thing. Give me a second. I'll be feeling so bad for people that be coming on and be, oh my God, I'm doing so bad. We're doing so bad. Let me see what's happening in these streets. Supreme Court, birthright citizenship. What else is going on? Lots of bad stuff is happening out here. Slim Thug speaks on the economy. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this one. Let's do a little bit of a reaction video. Let's go here. Let's do a little bit of a reaction video. I'm gonna read the super chat shortly. All right.
Been homeless lately, Slim. A lot of dudes is too. Shit, everybody. locked up, going through it, trying to figure it out, trying to see what's next. It seemed like somebody said this too, and I believe it. It's like you either got rich motherfuckers getting rich, or you got motherfuckers going broke. There ain't no middle class. It's broke and rich. It seems like we losing the middle class.
I've been saying that for a long time already. I've been telling y'all that for the longest. What have I been saying? It's not a race war. It's not a gender war. It's a class war. And it has always been a class war. And the people that understand that it is a class war, they keep you distracted with the gender war and the race war. And so they want you to feel like you're running in the victim Olympics so that you don't focus all of your energy on the thing that is going to transform what your family lineage is going to be. It has been a class war for the longest. I've been saying for years that the middle class is going away, that the middle class don't even exist. Either you're going to get rich or you're going to be struggling to get out of poverty. And that's why you see people like B. Simone. Look, most of these entertainers, not Slim Thug, obviously, I think he's doing well. Most of these entertainers, most of these content creators, most of these rappers, you wouldn't believe how many content creators I've seen fall the fuck off. Since I've been in the game, and I've been in the game for a long time, I've seen people spike. I've seen people close down their platforms because they ain't had no more motion. I've seen people not make the right investments once they got the bag. I've seen people go and start buying a bunch of shit that they couldn't sustain once they started getting more visible. I've seen rappers go broke. I've seen all kind of stuff. Honest to God, I've seen it all. I've seen people lose it, get it, lose it again. I've seen so many people fumble a bag. So many people are financially illiterate. And now you see all of these people saying the same thing. There's no reason why B. Simone should be sitting here talking about all her money is going into a fucking app and into her app to where you can watch exclusive content. Dumb move. I don't know who the people that's advising her, I don't know who any of these people are that's telling her. I seen the B. Simone thing where she was saying, I got money, but I don't have liquid money. These niggas need to come to the bag chasers. They need to come and get a coaching call. That's the honest to God truth. All your favorite celebrities need to come and get a coaching call so I can help them. And let me give a shout out to some of y'all favorite singers and some of y'all favorite celebrities. And shout out to a couple of different basketball players that's getting to the bag that decided that they want to come in and get in touch with me. Sent me a DM. Now I'm helping them to understand how they're going to move a little bit different. Some of y'all are smart. Some of y'all are wise. Some of y'all understand what the game is. And you said, you know what? We're going to move a little bit differently. Everybody is going through it except for the chasers.
It seems like it's turning into either or. It ain't a three-way thing. It ain't rich, middle class, broke. It's broke or rich. So
be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
That what it seemed like. I'm not nothing but Big Slim. I don't know shit. I'm just making my opinion. But yeah, it's been a lot of job layoffs. That's what I'm saying. Like, I talked to somebody who was making 6 figures, been out of work, nowhere to find. See, what they doing is they swapping people out. Pull up. Why you ain't at the park? Pull up. I'm about to get this 3. But yeah, I think them people trying to save money now, so they getting rid of people with
nope, wrong.
Getting rid of the people with seniority, and and then now when you try to get a new job, they don't want to pay you like you already put in work. They want to pay.
They don't want. Let me tell you what's happening in corporate America. Corporate America does not want people that are not productive anymore. So if you're not a value add, because we used to just have hiring, we used to just have government jobs where people would just go there and steal money from taxpayers. We used to have it to where you basically had corporate welfare because they had to get in good with the Democrats because they were the ones that was in office at the time. What's really happening is people with skill sets are making a ton of money. So they are willing to pay value adds, right? They're unwilling to pay hanger-ons. So anybody that is just doing a job versus people that are doing the job, it is a difference. And so it's natural attrition. They are removing people that are not adding value. That is basically a anchor on the company, and they are rewarding heavily. They are heavily rewarding people that know exactly what it is that they're doing is add value, and then they're leveraging technology in order to increase profits and revenue. That is what's happening in corporate America today.
Are you at beginner level? You know, and I think that's the problem with a lot of people right now. Why they losing their jobs? I think people trying to cut that money off. You know what I'm saying?
Now that we
the
passed,
benefits, y'all costing too much.
now that we passed tax season, we're gonna see who, you know how it is. April, May, everybody start getting it. March, April, May, everybody they get their little tax returns, and then now you're gonna see who the real ballers are.
Y'all got so much seniority, they gotta pay you more than they would have to pay a young motherfucker. Like that would have seemed like. So it's like, you know, yeah.
You see your arm.
You want to figure out a way to.
Rita over here looking like Xerxes from 300 with all of the bracelets and arms and rings and shit. Look at all this. What is this? This Xerxes? Xerxes had all of the gold and all of the Rolexes on and all of the bands, and you got all kind of jewels. Look at this fucking rock. Look at that rock. That rock is crazy. Get out of here. You about to pack my bag? Cool.
Take the power out of the people's hands and control the power yourself, of your finances, of your life. You want to take the power out of other people's hands where they can control. Because being, they say they only give you $500 a month when you're unemployed. So to go from that to $500 a month, okay, let's break that down. Okay, so due to being in this situation, you need to have at least, I say 2 years rent saved. But if you just, you know, at the bottom starting, you need to be working on 12, at least a year.
Listen, man, listen. Let me tell y'all the truth. I don't know what kind of financial advice that he's giving, but I'm going to say this. Practical advice. I don't think that you need 2 years rent saved. I don't think that you need 1 year's rent saved. I know that that's probably controversial because everybody keep telling you to save. And I'm going to tell you to make sure that you invest. Investing, you don't want your money sitting idly and not working for you, which is one of the things that, and I'm not going to like dive into the real complicated stuff. I'm going to keep it very surface level for y'all. All right. Fuck saving. Saving is not it. Saving doesn't even allow for you to continue to gain wealth above the rate of inflation. All right. This is what you want to do. You want to really, yeah, I see him throwing a tantrum. Let him throw a tantrum. We're not censoring nobody. Let him rock out. Let him talk to himself inside of the chat. This is what you want to do. Fuck saving. You don't need any cash on hand. The only cash that you need on hand is what you're going to be spending for that month. Listen to me. The only cash that you need on hand is the cash that you're going to be spending for that month. That's the only thing that needs to be in your account. All right. What you want to do is you want to make sure that everything that you have is liquid, meaning that if you were to ever have a problem, you do have assets that are gaining. And think about if you didn't have, let's say you had 2 years worth of rent. What's average rent? Let's say rent is $2,000 a month. That's $48,000. Do you know that you literally could have more than doubled that over the last 3 months just by investing in certain markets? Actually, depending on if you took the bag chaser's advice, you could have possibly even tripled that. You could have tripled it. So if that money is literally just sitting in a regular bank account, a checking account, a savings account, or whatever, but it's not sitting in your brokerage account invested, you literally throwing money out the window. Now, some people will then say, well, Anton, what if I run into an emergency? You liquid. You're liquid. You take something, or you take whatever it is that you need to get by at the time, because a lot of times we then depend on that money and we live off of it. You don't need to do that because you adjust, right? And so because you're liquid, that means that you have access to be able to get to it at any time. You have access to be able to get to it at any time. So as long as you have assets, your assets can be stock, your assets can be crypto, your assets can be real estate, your assets can be certain event. As long as you have the ability to get to money, you don't have to be sitting on money and letting the bank make money off of your money, and you're not making money as a result. You up 250K? I like that. I like that. As long as you're liquid, you don't need listen, savings accounts is for suckers. Savings accounts are for suckers. Anybody telling y'all that y'all need to be sitting on 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 12 months, 24 months of savings just in case anything happened, you just throwing money out the window, and that's the honest to God truth. You're throwing money out the window, and that is the truth. Savings accounts are for suckers. My daughter has never had a savings account. She's always had a brokerage account. All you're doing is giving the bank deposits so that they can have more access and capital to be able to loan your money out and make money off of your money. I never, ever, ever hold on to money. When money goes into my accounts, regular account, business accounts, bruh, I'm not even sure. I don't even be having how much money I got in my regular banking account. I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what I got in my regular banking account. Now, my brokerage account might be a little different. I got $2,000. I got $2,800. $2,800 inside of my regular banking account. Now, let me show you something different. Where's the spending summary? Because I want to show you what I get into the account versus what I keep in the account. So let me see if I can find where's spending summary. Manager account. Why do I always have problems finding this? See all transactions. Okay, spending summary. Now, for June 2025, right? See it say June 2025 at the top. And that's the spending summary for the month. All right. So my point is that what you keep in your account to spend versus what you take in and what you send out, bro, every single dime that I get rid of it immediately. Every single dime that I get rid of it immediately. Immediately. I will never have any money inside of my regular checking account. I don't need it. I will never have any money inside of a checking account. What do I need money in a checking account for? It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. If you take in $250,000 a month, bro, I don't need no more than $2,800. That's it. That's all I need is $2,800. $3,000, I'm good. And some people will say, well, Anton, it's because you generate a lot of money. No, first of all, I know people that don't even come close to what I make that got more money inside of their checking account. I know people with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 inside of their checking account. And I'd be like, what you got money in your checking account for? Just in case. Just in case what? You planning on going to jail this weekend or something? What you got all of that money inside of your banking account for? The same way that you manage a lot of money is the same way that you manage a little bit of money. That's why the word of God says, first be faithful in little, and then you'll be ruler over much. I don't change. I never changed the way that I operated with money. I just got more of it. So the same way, my same mentality towards it is just numbers. You're just moving the numbers around differently. You're just moving the numbers around differently. I don't change the way that I manage my money. Whether I was making $10,000 a month in 2009, or whether I was making, $200,000 a month. It doesn't matter. It's the same principle. It's the same mindset. It's the same thing. I minimize the amount that I have to spend on my personal life. Everything that I buy, it got to be from a business perspective, because if I can't write it off, it doesn't justify it. And everything else goes into investments. %. Somebody says you need liquid, can't have all your money subjected to the market. 100% I can. Why can't I? I mean, I'm diversified. I got real estate. I got a lot of different investments. I got different companies. I got stocks, all of that stuff. And I'm not going to tell you what our strategy is inside of the Patreon. So we're going to leave that part out of there. I'm trying to limit what I can say because I'm not giving y'all no paywall content. But my point is that we have to change our mindset, y'all. We think like idiots. Some of y'all make a lot of money and you still living paycheck to paycheck. You living like a poor person, bro. You think like a poor person. When they say you can't, sometimes you can take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the person. I never looked at that as a behavior. I looked at that as a mindset towards how you operate with money. That's how I looked at it. I don't know. Let's hear what the rest of what Slim Thug's got to say.
Your monthly bills put up before you go buy some designer, before you go do anything, go put that up as a safety net. You know what I'm saying? Just in case some shit happen. How long it take you to find a new job? I think if you got a year of shit saved, I think in the first 6 months, you should have to have a job for sure. Even if you had to take a lesser amount of money and had to settle for less, I think you just got to make an executive decision to take less after 6 months. And that's just how it got to be. Everybody got to save up, and everybody got to be able to get another job in motherfucking 6 months. A year is a long time. It shouldn't take you 6 months to find a job. It might not be the one you want, but you know what I'm saying? That's how you want to live, at least. You want to move with that safety. You don't want to be in the mall buying shit and you ain't got a year saved. If your shit go bad, you gonna be having to call somebody this same month that your shit fall apart. That ain't it, kid.
All right, I'm assuming that's like Molly said, somebody needed that advice. Shout out to them. Anyways, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let me read some of these super chats. Also, S&P 500 is up 18.73% slowly but surely. Shout out to Totally About None. Jay says CNN and Wall Street Journal told me Trump will crash the market. So I sold. So I sold my shares. Now, as the market hit all-time highs, I live under a bridge. Random Review 13. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Says Time Dog. I remember the live where you said your dad folded and sold in 08, and you said everyone hold. I did. My portfolio was up 60%. We all need stern mentors with experience. Blessings to you. Yeah, man. Yeah, my dad, he did. He did. He sold his 401k and everything. I was like, shit. Love your work, says Roy Rodriguez. I appreciate you. Please clip this segment, says DK Harris. I appreciate you, DK Harris. I'll clip it up for you, big dog. Rookie team bag chaser. Shout out to Wesley Slipes. Rookie team bag chaser. 392Q says, thanks to Slot Club. I took the extra money to pay my mortgage for an extra 3 months and pay off my car. I had to look at my portfolio real quick. Listen, if you don't got friends or content creators that make you money, then because this should be reciprocated. That's why I don't feel bad about taking super chats and stuff, because I know how much money I done made other people. Some people I've made millionaires. When you see Ray Sean come through here and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh, thank you. They just paying tribute for what they already done ran up. You know what Ray Sean's biggest question is? Ray Sean is a bag chaser. He'll be at the Patreon meetup. You know what Ray Sean's biggest question to me now today? Anton, I got to figure out how to get rid of this money. Anton, my tax bill is crazy. Anton, I don't know. I need the taxes. We need some more tax people. We need some more tax people. That is the honest to God truth what Ray Sean asks me on a regular basis. Every single time I talk to him. So Anton, let me pull you to the side for a minute. Let's talk about these taxes, big dog, because I want to make sure that I ain't giving too much. That's what he tell me. Every single time. Petty Capital says, shout out to the bag chasers. Definitely took advantage and even paid off me and wifey's vehicles. Run it up. Man, I love y'all. Chase Barnes says, happy Friday, AD and Peeps. No thanks to AD and the Chasers. I wouldn't have ever thought to use a brokerage account. I'm killing it. Thanks again, AD. Show the Trump winning video. No, I'm not gonna play that one because it got audio to it. I don't want to throw that up there. Top notch, but I know what you're talking about. AD, have you heard of this story? Detroit apartment tenants without air conditioning during extreme heat in CBS Detroit. Yep. I think that's the Jefferson apartments, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is. Millionaire Manual says, great show, AD. Thanks for all of the game. Bag Chasers is up. Courtney Egger Show says, that's why you should keep your job, even if you're making money on your platforms. Continue to grow your skills and get better on both sides. Use one to pay off your little bills and the other one to make sure that you dump every piece of it into investments. Mr. Law says, what I learned is once you crack a certain amount of money working for you, you become your own bank. You don't need credit cards. I need a business day or two. That's a fact. And that's why you don't have to necessarily need the money like that. Wesley Turner says Supreme Court just ruled in Trump's favor on birthright citizenship executive order. Yep, we reviewed that. Dre with the case says the more I've been watching the Patreon with AD and Trap, I've been changing my mindset on what I'm doing with my money. I just put $1,600 a month in my brokerage account, or you put $1,600 a month in your brokerage account. Anything left over go in as well. There you go. There you go. Lee Bounce One says, thank you, AD, for the game. You put us on, been dollar cost averaging. I like that. Recent investments pretty much funded my Japan trip. We don't have to come up with our own money. The trips is going to pay for themselves. Jamaica says, with everything going on with the tariffs, are you going to do a stock club sooner or is it going on as planned? I would say bag chaser stand up, but we never sat down. We running it up. I'm going to do one on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what day we get back from the Patreon meetup. Tazzy in the building says, I can't stress this enough. Nothing is stopping you from getting to the bag. It's just your mindset. Change your mindset and change the world. Will bend to your will. I promise. I appreciate your time. Let me say this, Tazzy, because you just inspired me to give a little bit of insight. And hopefully on this Friday, I can leave y'all. We're not gonna go over no dusty story on the way out. JLO on the track. VP says, ready to see my people this Saturday. Much love and everybody get there safely. Also, Anton, I've been good. I was having connection issues Wednesday. All right. Okay. Let me tell y'all something, man. Shout out to Kid. I see you in the chat. Some of the people that has given some of the best advice to me were people that I didn't initially even care for. Some of the people that has given some of the best advice to me are some of the people that I didn't even necessarily care for. What am I saying right now? What am I trying to tell you? I'm telling you guys that you need to remove your emotions and start making smart decisions. And this is not a video game. This is real life. Your kids are going to thank you later. Your husband is going to thank you later. Your wife is going to thank you later. People that see the value in what you do is going to thank you later. And I'm not just talking about investments. I'm talking about making smarter decisions. When you get off of this live stream, take inventory. What I mean by inventory is think of every single individual person that is playing a role in your life, whether it's your children, your spouse, your friends, your family, the people that you watch on TV every day, the live streamers that you decide that you want to tap into. Take inventory because every minute is money. And I'm not saying don't be entertained, but what I am saying is every single year I take inventory on where I am, whether it be my platforms, whether it be how well I've done the year before, whether it be my mental stability, my goals, what I've achieved. I gave people a goal of making at least $250,000 a year, and we are now 6 months into the year. And when you take inventory, are you looking at these people and trying to figure out where the value add is? Because it's a lot of people that's filling y'all time. It's a lot of people that take up y'all time. It's a lot of people that you smoke with. It's a lot of people that you drink with. It's a lot of people that you kick it with. You know why I allow for people to say, like, let's, for example, people that say that they don't like me, but I know that they really like me, so we're not even gonna play that game. But do you know why I'm cool with them being here? Because they subscribed. And no matter how much they say that they don't like me, they tune in every day. And what the word says is light and darkness can't exist in the same space. Somebody is going to be impacted by somebody else. And I have seen over and over and over throughout the years that there are people that came in that said that they didn't necessarily agree with me or rock with me or like me. And I've seen them evolve and eventually become bag chasers, become successful, fix their families, get their money up, and do a lot of things and even start to contribute into the conversation sometimes. Even if they say that they don't like me, even if they trolling because they want attention, they still watch it. And that means that I'm affecting them. I'm affecting them. I'm impacting them. Subconsciously, they can't help but talk like me. Subconsciously, they're changing their mindset. Subconsciously, they get more confident when they start to have conversations with people on the street because they can articulate some things. Subconsciously, they are taking my talking points. And then when they go outside in the streets, a lot of times they say, yeah, man, because, you got to make sure that you tap in and life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. And sometimes they don't even know that they're being influenced, but they absolutely, positively are moving in the right direction. And we give y'all a lot of entertainment, 100%. We clown on after hours. I go back and forth with the chat on the Millionaire Morning Show. And aside from the entertainment, we still putting the medicine in the candy. But this is what I want you to be. I want you to be, and I want you to take control of your life. You have to. It is dire. It is absolutely dire. If you are a woman and you are sitting here trying to figure out how you got here and how you discovered me, or you just now remembering, hey, I discovered you on this, I want you to understand that you are here for a reason. And it's not because I'm awesome. It's because you're awesome. And I'm only here to pull it out of you. Most of y'all are much talented than me. Most of y'all are smarter than me. None of y'all work harder than me. So that's my gift. But most of y'all have something unique about you that you are not nurturing, and you are spending your time focusing on things that don't add value into your life. For everybody that is running in the Victim Olympics, I am trying to tell you that that is not going to serve you at all. There is nothing and no one that is going to help you when you complain about what's wrong with the system. They're not going to change no laws in your favor. They're not going to go out here and give you reparations. And again, we can sit here and go back and forth about the reparations conversation. We've had that conversation for years. But answer me this question. How much have you gotten? You wasted 5 years. We on season 5 of the Millionaire Morning Show, and you niggas are still arguing about reparations. Tell me about how much money that they gave you, and then tell me how many people that you've seen get rich around you. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm not depending on that shit. I'm not depending on anything and anybody to do anything for me. I gotta go and get that. I have to be fruitful. I have to go and take care of business. I gotta make sure that your kids is gonna be dependent on you when they get of age to be able to pay for them to go to college. And you owe that to them. You owe them the option to be able to pay off their college. And I'm not saying that you have to pay their college, but what I'm saying is when you have the mindset to where you owe it to somebody to do the right thing or to take care of business, you move with a little bit more intention. Do you know why I don't miss after hours? You've never, ever, ever seen me miss after hours. It don't matter who go on vacation. It don't matter who's there. You've never seen me miss. You haven't seen me miss a Monday. Anytime that I have to do something in the morning or something gets distracted, guess what? I always do a makeup show on Saturday. I never miss. You know why? Because I owe it to everybody around me to be the best version of me. And sometimes other people can't be them unless you do it first. If I don't show up or if I don't do after hours, what happens? You don't get to discover the greatness for some of these people. Some of y'all, when y'all first seen Slimmy, you like, man, I don't know. What is Slimmy thoughts, whatever, because Slimmy was a little bit more chill, but he was observant. See, I seen that in him. I know who Slimmy is. I know how great he is. I've been rocking for years. I know the offline conversations that we've had. You don't get to see that personality, that character. You don't get to see the Quentin and the Q Diddy. You don't know how awesome this guy's offline. You don't get to see the evolution of Carrie and see her communicate some of the things that she's communicating. Carrie is one of the brightest minds that I've ever seen in my entire life. And let's not get it confused. When we debate different topics, it ends right there on the screen, but she is one of the most awesome people that I've ever interacted with in my entire life. Molly is incredible. Incredible. You don't know who these people are. These people are incredible. And we give y'all the entertainment and we go back and forth or whatever, but incredible. Kim, masterful. Y'all have no clue what this girl done been through and how she's overcame, which informs us on some of the conversations that we have on a regular basis. And I would never tell you somebody else's personal business, but what I am going to tell you is that you are looking at people that are incredible in their own right. And so I owe it to you guys to be able to show up every single time that I do so that we can create the pathway and the platform so that y'all can get to experience these people and these incredible people. That's only at the beginning of their journey. When you talk about a 2K, man, fuck. Who knew about 2K? Think about it like this. And 2K is one of the most talented people that I've ever seen in my entire life. Who knew about Amika? Who knew about Amika? Mika is one of the smartest women that I've ever met in my entire life. Think about this like this. Island Girl Q was loyal to me. Another gem in my life. Island Girl Q brought me 2K. Island Girl Q brought me 2K. Now me and 2K, we thick as thieves. If you don't do the work, and I'm using what you see visually from me in order to illustrate a point, this is what I know for sure. Some of y'all have a greater purpose, but because and it don't have to be content creation. It could be a lot of different things. Let's not limit ourselves to only content creation. That's where my talent lies. But some of y'all are so fucking incredible, but you 100% are throwing away other people's careers and other people's lives and other people that depend on you because you won't do what you're supposed to do and nurture the talent that God gave you. You won't do what you need to do and be disciplined enough to make the right decisions financially. You won't do what you need to do when you keep on making decisions that make you feel good at that particular time. What I am trying to tell you is that some of y'all that are watching this right now You fucking have a purpose, and other people are waiting on you to get your fucking life together, but you won't do it because you so focused on what everybody else thinking and how they feel and what this person is doing and being influenced by what's going on social media and all of this other dumb shit. Do the work. Do the goddamn work, bro. Everybody waiting on you and you just keep on fumbling the fucking bag. Can't nobody do what they supposed to do until you do it, because there are certain people in this world that are special. There are certain people in this world that you're supposed to leapfrog off of. There's certain people in this world that is supposed to be exceptional so that other people can cross the finish line. And there's people that can't cross the goddamn finish line because you're so busy worried about what's going on in shit that ain't got shit to do with you. So fucking lazy, man. Always complaining. It's somebody that's waiting on you and they can't do what they supposed to do because you ain't did what you supposed to do. Wasting time. Just time. Time is passing you by. And then when you get old, you're going to want somebody to listen to you. And we not going to listen to you because you don't have you don't have the results. And even if you write, nobody cares because you didn't do it yourself. And nobody wants to listen to the person that says, don't do what I did. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about what you said. Nobody cares if you're the person that says, don't do what I did. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares, bro. They look at you as a crackhead. You just like the crackhead on the corner. Yeah, man, because in my day, some of you niggas are still living off your high school memories. So dumb. There's some of y'all women over here, you beautiful under all of that fucking fat. You a pretty girl, not in your current form. We get it. Men's supposed to take care of business. I get on men all the time. Why don't you take off your fucking fat suit? Or are you waiting for somebody to say it to you a certain way? You too fucking pretty under there to be wearing a goddamn fat suit. Why you got on a fat suit? Missing out on your blessing. Every day, your husband probably passed by you, but he can't see you because you got on, fuck the makeup, fuck the eyelashes, you got on a representative. Your representative is that fucking fat suit. You got on a goddamn fat suit. You got on a disguise. What's stopping you? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Look, the nigga that you with, I'm gonna hurt your feelings real quick, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. The person that you with, the people that keep saying, oh man, I could take it, that ain't even the person that you're supposed to be with. You wouldn't have to settle for the person that you with if you wasn't in the space that you were in. You only with the person that you with because that's the only person that'll accept you. You can get the nigga that you want. You got to take off that goddamn fat suit. You know why you got to keep, let me tell you why. You know why you got to keep going 50-50? Because you dusty. You a dusty bitch. You dusty as fuck. Keep on asking people to check out your personality. Don't nobody care about your goddamn personality, bitch. Don't nobody care about your personality. You know why you got to pay half your bills? Because you got a nasty fucking mouth and you won't take off your goddamn fat suit. That's why you pay your bills. That's why you got to pay 50% of everything. That's why you got to bring some extra to the table. I got to deep dive in that shit. Well, she got to pay at least half because I ain't about to do all of that shit. That's why you got to be paying all of this stuff. You at the auction. You at the auction. You don't want to pay 50%, then take off your fat suit. Women got to be slim. Men got to be productive. This is what it is. It is what it is. 100%. And you keep on talking. And the only reason you keep on talking is because you got to keep paying these bills. Keep sweating, coming in. Your blouse has always got sweat up under it because you working and it's hot outside. That's the only reason that you don't like warm weather is because you big and you got to keep going to work and they got you moving and you just sitting in the seat. And every time you answer the phone, you just sweat and sweat. And now you only a cold weather person. You're not a cold weather person. You just big. You just don't like yourself. You hate yourself. You uncomfortable. All of your buttons keep on doing like this every day. You keep on holding on to the same outfit, hoping that one day you're going to fit into it. That's it. That's the honest to God truth. So now you got to do other things in order to find your tribe and fit in. Next thing you know, you got a fucking bull ring, or you do something dumb because you want to be a part of Big Girls Incorporated. You couldn't pledge in the sorority that you wanted to get in because they tend to go with girls that is under a certain weight limit. So you pledge Big Phi Big. You can do whatever you want to do. It's all up to you. If you want better friends, you want people that actually add more value, you want men that actually see you for what's underneath, then he got to be able to take off all of the fat suit. And your friends that keep trying to keep you fat, they don't like you. They ain't even your friend. They only like that so that they can feel better about themselves. That's why some of y'all don't be having profile pictures because you're so afraid that I'm going to see your profile picture. All these women, yep, they be sitting up there. That's why you don't comment in the chat because you're so afraid that I'm going to see your profile picture and say something. Because you're not going to be the one that I want to send a flight to. As you're not going to be the one that I say, oh my God, you so pretty. Oh man, look, you gorgeous. Did you send me a DM today? You want me to say that to you? Even if you don't send me a DM, you want me to say it to you. So you decide that you don't want to put up a profile pic, or you keep on taking your profile pics real close to your face so that I can't see all the rest of you at the bottom. And you think that you're fooling somebody. Every single picture in your profile on your Instagram is neck up. Fuck that shit. Man, let's go and get this. Man, let's go and shed this shit. Let's go get this money. Let's go get this weight up off of us. Let's go run up a bag. Let's stop being with people that enable us and keep on feeding us Pop-Tarts and fruit snacks every day. Got a snack demon on your back. Fuck that shit. Get that shit up off you, man. Let's be able to. Don't you want people to adore you? I said it the other night, last night. Don't you want people to adore you, women? Don't you want niggas fawning over you? Oh, baby girl. Don't you want a nigga to kiss your toes, take you shopping? Ain't you tired of going to Michael Kors every day? You know what I'm saying? Niggas keep buying you G-Shocks. Listen, ladies. Ain't you tired of niggas getting you sentimental gifts, things that are thoughtful? Thoughtful gifts are for broke women, are for dusty women. Those are gifts that niggas ain't got. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about it, and she said that this was something that her mother loved, so I got her something similar in sterling silver. Bitch, don't you want a handbag? Don't you want to go to the high-end mall? You can't come to the high-end mall unless you go and get it yourself. Now you got to work your ass off. Don't you want to come to the high-end mall with us? Huh? If you want to stop getting sentimental gifts, if you want to stop getting cards, if you want niggas to stop taking you to Applebee's every single, ain't nothing wrong with Applebee's. Niggas keep taking you to Chili's and shit like that. You want to come to D Prime, you want to come eat with the big boys, you want to come and party, you want to come and sit in the, ain't you tired of sitting in the back seat every goddamn time? You want to, nigga, sentimental gifts is for dusty women. That's what we do. We send them sentimental gifts. Send her $20 for her goddamn birthday. Don't you want a $500 cash app? Don't you want to go to the handbag store and the nigga say, hey, I think that looked good on you. I seen you looking at that. Hey, let me get that. Let me get that bag up there. You can have this. You can have it if you make the adjustment. Now, some people are going to be offended by it, which is normal, and other people are going to make the adjustment. You can have it, or you can make the adjustment. And fellas, you already know. I already got on y'all enough today. Keep on talking about, I got me a good man, y'all. Look, that's because everybody know that you don't deserve them. Everybody know you don't deserve them. Rags from Texas says, man, I guess I'm going to have to tap in with the Patreon AD. I'm in room 9, though, so if somebody could walk me through step by step, that'd be cool. Somebody put the link to the Patreon in the description for Rags from Texas. Shout out to Jet Life T. Says, salute AD and keep running up. Shout out to you, big dog. Shout out to Jet Life T in the building. I love that, bro. Thank you for the $100 and thank you for supporting the platform, my dog. Farina, and we like to take care of awesome women. I'm honest to God. Honest to God, man, look, I'm weak. I'm weak for a quiet woman that smell good and has got herself together. I'm so fucking weak. I'm so fucking weak. Let me be quiet. I'm about to get myself in some trouble real quick. You know me. Farina says, would you recommend just having it in an S&P 24 with 60,000 in savings? I've never invested, but I saved $2,000 a month and I plan on increasing it to $4,000. Tap into the Patreon. We're doing a stock club on Monday or Tuesday. All right. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think you should put it in. Jamaica says, are you going to go to Dairy Queen on the blog channel? Let's get it. Do you still tell your daughter be awesome daily when you leave her? My daughter is already got it together. I'll be telling my daughter investment advice. Jesse Royalty says, I took your advice and it changed my circle. My life changed instantly. Thank you for adding value in my life. My family is growing from your work as well. I like that. TB says, Anton, I made $300K off of BTC. I want to run the bag up more. How can I join the stock club and run this up more? Patreon. It's on the Patreon. Shout out to my girl Lex. Says, you awesome, AD. Did you get my email? Y'all be safe this weekend. I got you, Lex. I got you. Sheldon Ward says, you most definitely need to add life coach under your belt, time dog, or at least at the bare minimum, a motivational speaker. Now, people think that I'm too tough. Rags from Texas says, be on the lookout for my name on the Patreon, OG. Get that gym membership and stop playing, says 392Q. Jay Ben says, got powder all under the titty. Brandon breast ass. Great. Jay Ben stupid. Crazy P says, talking about I'm big bone. No, your bones ain't big. You just big skin. Kennedy Richards says, I should be the only exception despite not having a profile pic due to having 2 accounts. I found you on here. I sent super chats in the bag chat. Shout out to Kennedy Richards. Dude Danky says, salute AD. Shout out to Dude Danky. I appreciate you. 392Q says, AD, so when a girl get 300 pounds, you got to trade her in for 2 150s. Women, how that example work? Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Looking forward to kicking it with y'all this weekend. I got a flight to catch. And let me see. Let me make sure I got everybody. Shout out to Sharon. Says, thank you for the wake-up message, AD. I needed to hear. Listen, I love you. I love you more, bro. I love you more. All right. I'll see y'all this weekend. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh, no. See y'all tonight. See y'all tonight. Rax from Texas says, I'm room now when it comes to knowing which stock to buy. Jamaica says, in all of your old videos, you would tell Les to be awesome as you dropped her off to school. So I was asking if you still say that now as she get older. Nah, we got a different saying. We got handshakes. We got all kind of stuff. She called me OG now. She called me OG. Shout out to Neek Speaks. I appreciate you, Neek Speaks. Thank you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. After hours tonight, let's get it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll let y'all later. Peace.